Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a bit of a fun one for you today. We got the Oraxia Maximum Range Invigoration. With this setup I'm showing you today, this is the highest range you can possibly get on Oraxia's abilities. We're going to show what happens when you get to that crazy amount of range, basically. Not everything will be as good as you're thinking, especially the way I was thinking it would be. Before we go over this stuff, though, we have like every range mod in the game and a extra bonus. Make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, all that kind of stuff for place Warframe content. We'll be live on stream tonight with some giveaways and some new event farming as well. Okay, so for Oraxia getting all this crazy range, what can you actually get out of this, and is it something you should look out for going forward? I'm going to start off right now and tell you, no, it's not. Oraxia actually is fun with range extra, like bonus range, but she's not actually the best in the game. That's still got to be like Zaku easily. But showing what we got, here we are in the sim. And you might also notice I'm in a larger sim than I usually am in these videos because we have a lot of very far range things to show today. Now, as far as what we've got active, we've got the range invigoration for Oraxia, giving 100% increased ability range, and we also got some extra bonus reload speed too. That's not as important on this video, but as far as what else we're rocking on there, we have everything in the game for range, besides the Hex override buffs on 1999, because it's a new season, those aren't actually active. But as far as the build, overextended for range, cutting drift for range, auger reach for range, and stretch for range. We've also got the Boreal's Hatred mod. I'm going to throw in some fun little tips for Oraxia while we're going through this video too. Did you know that while your wall lashes Oraxia in her ulti, it does count as being airborne too? So you can get some fun stuff, like if you're like wall latched with her. I'll show how far this range goes too, but the wall latch, while we're wall latched, it should be showing those active defenses. Looks like we got 83% proton defense, whatever that's supposed to mean. So good stuff. I wonder if that's 83% DR. I doubt it is. But either way, with this amount of range, we can wall latch quite far. So as far as how far our abilities go with this crazy range, first ability, Mercy's Kiss. 152 meter jump range. Good luck even seeing an enemy that far away, but yes, you technically can jump on them. And just the animation does break when you jump that far away. The ability is not meant to have this much range, but we'll show how it works here in a second. Next ability, Webbed Embrace. The line of sight web bomb is a 38 meter radius with this setup. And remind, like I said, it's line of sight, so it does not go through walls. So this enemy better not be behind a wall in that 38 meter radius. Third ability, Widow's Brew, the spider injection, has a 95 meter range, which is not even remotely necessary. But hey, if you want to cast it, you can pretty much snipe this ability now. And for the final ability, the one that is very disappointing with range, but not entirely, is the Silken Stride ability. Now, exactly what scales with range on this will be interesting to you. But the best part that scales with range is going to be the actual range of the web sling. We have a 285 meter web sling range with this setup. And the explosion range of her ulti does scale with range, guys, but here's the problem. Here's one of the big tips with Oraxia. The explosion range of her ulti is capped at 200% range. It does not go above 10 meters. So I would say the AoE explosion on kill from Oraxia's ulti is pretty bad if you're using guns, especially the acid shells Sobek, because it's literally lower range than Sobek no matter what you do. You can't increase it past 10 meters. So there's your first yikes with the with range on her. So now that we've shown that, let's go ahead and show how far you can actually web sling with her. Is this place big enough? This place might not be big enough, so I'm actually taking us to the plains here. But yes, 285 meter web sling range, as far as I could possibly go in here from a single button press. So a normal build is usually having like, probably 170, I'd say, which it's still crazy far. Like, do you actually need to web sling this far? It's pretty fun. Let's go ahead and show some of the plains gameplay here if you want to see how this is in a large mission. So here's the exact same setup. But here we are on the plains. So you can basically like scoot across the plains really fast. Now, it's not exactly faster than Arcwing, but it's pretty fun too. So as far as some usefulness for this, yeah, you get to a point where you're actually web slinging so far that it just feels like it's taking longer than Arcwing. So yeah, Arcwing will be faster, but it's still, pretty interesting and fun. Now, as far as what makes this go faster, Volt Speed does not increase the movement speed of your web sling, sadly. We did test it. Now, it does increase the movement speed of you walking around as a spider in your ulti, but yeah, the actual web slinging speed is not increased by movement speed multipliers like Okina or Volt. Now, I haven't tried parkour velocity. I did try dodge speed. It feels like dodge speed works, but there's not really many sources of dodge speed in the game anyway. So maybe throw an amalgam barrel diffusion just for placebo effect potentially. So beyond that, let's go ahead and show how. So we're getting around this plains really fast. The hardest part is to find the something to actually latch on, so it's not out of bounds. Let's go ahead and show how Widow's Mercy, or whatever it's called, Mercy's Kiss works with its 150 meter range that breaks at very far distances. So We'll also show how large the web bomb is for webbed embrace and all the other good stuff. So we're going to go back to the sim. I think you're convinced, or I've shown you how I feel about with the Silken Stride mission. You could interrupt it early. They did patch it. You can no longer latch to Xmas bubbles after my video the other day. Sorry about that. Apparently DE's watching my videos, huh? Patching out that kind of goofy stuff's not important. So we're back in the sim. Now as far as Mercy's Kiss, that's what it's called. 152 meter range, as I told you. So let's see if we can actually hit him from as the maximum distance. All right, get out of the way, dog. We 85 meters. Yeah, good luck hitting that. Let's wall latch back up here. 139 meters. 153. It should be about perfect. Oh, we're 1 meter off. Darn. There we go. Now we're 3. Okay, close enough. That just the animation ended about halfway through. You are not meant to have this much range in Warframe, especially for this ability. And there you go, my dog killed everything in accident. So, yeah. We actually are not meant to have this much range. This is kind of how Varuna's ulti also works. When you get really far range with Varuna's ulti, it's not meant to have that much range. The animation ends really, really early. We still get the damage, thankfully. But yeah, let's go ahead and show Webbed Embrace, I believe it's called, so we can show how large that radius is. Remember, 38 meter radius with our setup. So let's see, there's an enemy over there. They should probably hit them all, I'd say. Throw in the middle. Yep, looks like I hit all of them. So a gigantic web radius. Can't even see it from up there because we're so far away. Yeah, covering the entire massive simulacrum from one web grenade. And see, you know, it is line of sight. This guy didn't get caught. But, yeah, if that's something you want to try out, like, I would say, honestly, a strength invigoration would be better on Oraxia, much better. It's going to give you more toxic damage, it's going to give you more spider damage, it's going to give you more web debuff, it's going to give you more orbs from Mercy's Kiss, it's going to give you a lot of stuff. So, yeah, range, not the best. Let's go ahead and show the spider injection from this far away. Not that really matters that much. So, they said 95 meters, so we go over here. That should be about 95 meters. Yep, it hit them still. Roll over here. Now, some things I heard about the spiders that I'm kind of a bit annoyed by, that's apparently true, is that the extra corrosive stack from the spider, extra corrosive stack shard from the helmet does not work with the spiders. So they only go up to 10 procs, even though they should go up to 13 with the right shard. So that's a little bit annoying. Apparently they also don't work with the toxin damage increase. But don't worry, I mean, if you're trying to DPS with the rocks, you should just be using the Sobek for your damage anyway, in my opinion. So I would say don't worry about the spider damage. So, that being said, after all that's said and done, is it worth having a range invigoration on Oraxia? Unless you want to have really, really long distance spider slinging web adventures, I would say no. A lower range but a more normal build is going to be better. And I would say, honestly, for Oraxia, guys, now after my research, never go above 200% range. I know one of my old builds had like 200-something% range on her. I would say 175 is what you want on Oraxia, or maybe even like 190. Really, you don't need to go past that, because unless you need web slinging range, which only on the planes basically, your normal builds that can web sling like 100 meters or like, you know, stuff like that, not stupidly far away, those would be totally fine. But I would say you don't need to go overkill on it. Now, getting to 200 for the 10-meter AoE, that also doesn't really feel needed either, because, again, if you're using acid shells, your explosion of acid shells is a 15-meter explosion, dude. You don't even, the explosion of your ulti is doing literally nothing besides, like, I guess a little bit extra. It's also not a very large number either. I'm looking at the build right now. Explosion of 1,800 damage. It's basically just there to apply acid shells, as far as I'm concerned. So, going forward, if you're looking for invigorations for Oraxia, I'd say go for increased power strength, go for increased like damage for primaries maybe. You don't need immunity stats, that's for sure. And as far as the range one, yeah, use the range one like Zaku for more guns, or like Octavia for more radius on her mallet. For Oraxia, the extra radius from her too, it hardly does anything, honestly. Line of sight is pretty rough when it doesn't do any crazy damage, but I want to show you guys this either way, so hope you had fun watching this one, getting some information from my Oraxia video. I will see you guys next time. There will be another video tomorrow, and yeah, TennoCon in about 2 weeks. See you guys on stream tonight as well. Take it easy. Peace.